pull plate from LM UTV. Got this today, so I figured I'd slap it on. Super easy install. This is a aluminum milled piece. It's basically your rear, it's going to replace your rear pull plate on your machine. It ties all of your radius rod mounting points together and gives you a better area for all of them to mount instead of the real thin metal that you know, the holes waller and stuff like that. So this is a nice looking plate. There's several companies that make them. I've never put anything from LM UTV on the machine, or I've never, even on the old machine, I've never had anything. So I figured I'd give them a try. Basically, they had a Labor Day sale. They had a 20% off sale, and they were probably saved 50, 75 bucks compared to like CT Raceworks and ZRP and everything like that. So decided to give them a try. Super heavy duty, thick, comes with the tow hook. I chose black anodized. You can get it in any different color. They powder coat it certain different colors, and it came with the ring also. You can have, the nice thing about it is you can change the ring color or the plate. So you can do like a black and a silver, or black and a red, or a blue, or however you want to do it, or silver here. It comes bolted on there. So basically, I'm gonna check that just to make sure it's good and tight. It looks like it's good and tight because you can't get to it once you bolt it on there. And the only thing we'll do, the first thing you'll do is you'll jack the rear of the machine up. We'll jack the back of the machine up, and then we'll just remove. Super easy. All you need is an 18mm socket on a ratchet or impact, and maybe a rubber hammer or like a, you know, an orange hammer or something like that. So we're just gonna remove these 6 nuts here. And these bolts have plates on the back of it. So once we jack it up, we'll take our old pull plate off and we'll put our new one on. All right, I got the machine jacked up. The tire is just barely off the ground. And now we're gonna take your wrench or your ratchet and impact or whatnot and remove these nuts. Saw the tire move there. That's how much slop is in that hole. So you can actually see it's like egg-shaped. If you can zoom in there, look how that, on the plate, you can see how that hole is egg-shaped, and when I loosened that nut, the tire I saw kind of move. Let's see if this one will do it. See it also. So this is the tolerance, basically your new unit, the new pull plate, being out of aluminum and machined, it's a lot tighter. It's not wallered out holes, kind of like, and plus, you know, I've ridden it. It's got about 12 to 1,300 miles on it now. It's kind of wallering them out too. Because that's basically where all your load, as your suspension goes up and down, everything is kind of like pressure on these mounting points. So that's where once your trailing arms go up and down and then your radius rods go, that keeps your trailing arms and your tires towed in and correctly in line. So it goes up and down, and a lot of this pressure, most of the pressure is right here on this pull plate. So this will reinforce that, kind of tie everything together where it's really solid. All right, cut those off. This piece comes off there. That's your hook that it comes with, and then this is, I'm gonna let it go just a little bit. That is super thin, so if you can see, look how big these holes are. Like these bolts. I mean, that's pretty sloppy. So if you don't keep the nuts tight on there, that's really gonna waller that out worse than it is. And I check my stuff about every ride, so that's pretty bad. And then compared to the new piece, it's gonna be nice and tight, and it's not going to waller that thick aluminum out. I mean, if it does, that's bad. So once you get that off, just pops right off. This is going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt because you're going to have to line up, so I may have to move the tires and everything, but this should just come pretty close to lining up there, and then I'll get it on there. We got this on. This one is a little bit of a pain in the butt to get on because all these will want to move and your tires will want to go in and out and stuff like that. So you kind of got to let off on it, get it right. it's good to have two people. That way one person can kind of wiggle the tire and somebody hit the, get this on there and hit it and tap it on there with like a rubber hammer or whatnot. But we got that on. And now what I like to do is put a little bit of Loctite, some little thread lock on each one of the bolts. That just helps it if it loosens a little bit, that to keep it from loosening and stuff like that. So I'll just squirt a little bit on each one of them. Here, I like to put, or you can just put a little bit on in the nut there. Then you just put your nuts on everything. Got a little too much on that one right there. Just want to make sure you get it good and started by hand so you don't cross thread it with the impact if you're using an impact. Okay. Now, I got that on there. Get back on my thread lock so I don't get it everywhere. What we'll do is we'll just, you can see it all kind of get those. So basically, then I'll let the machine down, and I'll kind of torque them about 100 foot-pounds with the torque wrench or my 1/2-inch drive torque wrench. So once you tighten those down, that'll kind of give you that'll help strengthen the rear end, the back of your machine. And I'll push it and kind of level it out of the suspension. Alright, and there's the rear radius rod pull plate from LM UTV. Check them out. We'll put a link in the description also to the pull plate with the hook. Like I said, you can do all different kind of colors and stuff like that. If you like this video, hit a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos to come.